guys, and welcome back to another episode at the Uncommons channel. My name is Blandine, your host. Now, before we jump into the video, and I know this video has been long coming, and I will explain everything, what's been going on, why I've been gone for so long, probably been like 2 months. But before I do that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And don't forget to like, comment, and share, please, with your friends and family. Even though I've been gone for so long, this podcast is still my little baby. And, I still want it to go far, and I need your help to achieve that goal. And without further ado, let's jump into the All right, now today's episode, which has been a while. I don't remember the last episode, what my last episode was about. Oh my gosh, that is so terrible. I was just trying to remember what my last episode was about. That right there should tell me that it's been a while. And I just want to apologize in advance to the people that have been waiting for my episodes to drop every Wednesday. I didn't forget about you guys. It's just like I had so much going on with my life personally that I just felt so unmotivated to even continue this podcast. I had thoughts where I was like, is this really something I want to do? And it was just I was just thinking I already started this, so it's kind of wrong for me to stop halfway. But it was just everything in my life was just telling me, yeah, we're done with this. What's there to talk about? It was that gap where I'm how can I inspire other people when I'm not inspired in my own life, So that was something that I had to battle with for probably the last 2 months. I think it's been 2 months since I recorded a video for you guys. So it's been 2 months, and I'm still struggling with it right now, to be honest. And I've been feeling spiritually not motivated, and I try to do the typical things that you're supposed to do when you're not motivated, which is pray, devotional stuff. But I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but I feel I haven't been getting answers from God, or the typical answers that I would usually get from Him. I haven't been getting. So it's just because I've had so many prayers where I'm God, is this something I should continue? But then I've come to realize that, one, that's a stupid question, and because God would never give me this task to do for Him if He didn't think that I could actually do it, that I could actually, commit to it, even though I have a lot of tribulations going on in my life, that it's not going to stop me from spreading His word, because that's my goal with this podcast. So, I'm trying to do that even though my own life is in shambles, y'all. It's not in shambles. It's not in shambles. I even feel like a mess. That's just the way to put it. I was in a car accident recently. That was one thing that was straining my life, because this is not my first accident. So it's this year, I think it has been 3 accidents, and I'm just I don't know if it's something in my life that's wrong, that I keep having accidents. It's just every time I get in a car accident, I keep asking God, I'm what is it that I'm doing wrong? Or it's is there something you're trying to tell me that I need to change? Because I don't understand. And it's these accidents are not my fault. So I'm just what are you trying to tell me? So that's one reason why I just didn't feel like doing a podcast because I'm like, maybe I need to take time from this podcast and like really focus on building my spiritual connection with God. But then I realized that working on this podcast is a way that I build my spiritual relationship with God, because I actually have to take the time out to study His Word, before I can come on the air and, tell you guys my point of view from what I've read, the scriptures that I've read, or, whatever topic, the Christian topic, or even if it's not a Christian topic, like my Christian viewpoints. I actually have to take time out of my day to like really study His Word and figure out how to explain it to you guys. So, I haven't been able to do that. And so what really pushed me to record today, if I'm being honest, is yesterday I was doing my regular devotion, and if you guys, this is my favorite pastor of all time, Steven Furtick. I love watching his sermons. I don't know, I feel like every time I go to watch his sermons, it's like his message is for me. Like that one pastor that's always hitting you whenever you feel a certain way, like his word is just like exactly for you. That's Steven Furtick for me. So I was watching his message, and the message was Walking on Water 101, and I kid you not, that message was like for me. Like at the end of his sermon, I was like bawling my eyes out. I was like, oh my gosh, I've been looking at my circumstances all wrong. I've been so focused on trying to get out of my problems, my situations, that I started losing focus on what was really important. And what was really important was God, obviously. Like, it's an obvious thing, but we tend to forget that so quick when we have like a bunch of problems coming at us back and forth. Life just hits you right after you think you passed a problem. Life hit you, life throws another one at you. You're like, man, what is this? You're like, I'm just trying to focus on God, and life is just throwing me off. But that's not a way to look at it. That's what the sermon showed me, that I had to change my focus. And like when we're in a situation, we're always saying, oh, what if this happened? If this didn't happen, then I wouldn't be in this. If the accident didn't happen, then I wouldn't be in the situation where I'm carless, where I feel depressed, and a bunch of other situations came on. This, that, then this would have happened. But instead, we should change, our focus and say, what if we let God handle it? What if we put our trust in Him? What if there's a miracle on the other side? What if there's a lesson that He wanted us to know behind this situation that we're going through? So, that sermon really pushed me to come on the air today and just, restart this whole podcast. Because another thing that I was struggling with was, how do I just come on the air and just act like it hasn't been like a whole 2 months? Like, I was like, where do I start? I think that was the other thing that kept pushing me back further from continuing with this podcast was, what do I say? How do I start this podcast? Because before, it's like every time I come on, I had a topic. And, it's the same thing as working out. Every day you work out. And then 3 days go by, and you're like, okay, I can get back to it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes, you're like, okay, we'll do it the next day. The next day comes, and it's the same thing over and over again until you're at a point in your life where you're like, how do I start working out, it's like you're gonna feel like you have to start from zero. And that's how I was feeling with this podcast. I was like, how do I restart, this connection that I had with you guys, this love that I've grown to have with my podcast, The Uncommons. The Uncommons is my little baby, so I had to, even though it was super hard. I was like, right now, if you could feel my heart is like a boom, 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 because I've just been so scared to just do it. I think that's one of the things that we humans, we have to learn to do, to just do it, like whatever it is. Like, yeah, we're always going to be facing a problem. That's life. The only time we're not gonna always be facing a problem is when we go to heaven, to be with God, where we have no worries, no depression, none of that stuff. So, as long as we're living, we're always gonna have something come at us. And, it's just up to us on what we put all of our time, our emotions into. Like, are we going to focus so much on the problem? Or are we going to focus on God? He's not going to put you in a situation that he does not think you can come out of. And another thing is that there's a lesson in every circumstances. There's a lesson in every problem. There's a lesson in every test. So, right now you may be going through a difficulty, but, you just have to remember that God is with you. Just like in the passage, I think it was like Matthew 14, where Jesus told the disciples to go out in the water, and then he went on the mountain to pray. And then that's when the storm came, and the disciples started to freak out. Like, the mountain that he went up to pray, he could see the view of the disciples in the boat and the storm coming and them freaking out. So, Jesus, even though we don't see him, he's looking after us. He's watching over us. What I got out of that passage was like, as soon as we can no longer go on with whatever situation, then that's when Jesus is going to be like, hey, I'm here. I got this. You don't see me, but trust me. I have this plan. I have this situation already resolved. You're stressing over nothing. You're putting all your emotions on the wrong thing. Instead of worrying about what you're going through, praise me instead. Show me that you have faith in me. It's not about how big your faith is, it's how far you're willing to take your faith with Jesus. That's what he's worried about, because he did say you don't need that big of a faith to move a mountain. So, I feel like it's how far your faith is, how far you're willing to take your faith with Jesus. Whatever you're going through right now, maybe in the next couple of months, you're going to look back and be like, oh my gosh, I was worried about this, and boom, you're going to have another problem, But in every problem, there's a lesson that God is trying to teach us. It may be patience, it may be trust, it may be love, it may be forgiveness. But whatever it is, we just have to remember to put our focus on him. And that's what I had to learn over the past 2 months, was putting my focus on God, because I really wasn't. I was putting my focus on my problem and putting all of my energy and everything that I can think of to fix whatever's going on with my life. And then one thing you have to remember is that there's always something better on the other side. I know how cliche that sounds, but it's always true. There is something better on the other side. There is something that God is trying to show you. God is a loving God. He's a graceful God. He's not gonna put you somewhere that he doesn't think you can get through. It's just up to you. What are you going to believe in? Are you going to put your faith in God, or are you going to put your fear in your what ifs? So it's all about it's up to you at the end of the day and it was up to me to get on here, and it was really hard. I just want to say that right now. So you guys will see me next Wednesday, and the Uncommons podcast is officially back for real. And every Wednesday there's going to be a new episode drop with topics and guests, and I do want to hear back from you guys what topics you guys want to hear from me. If you guys have any questions, you can DM me on the comments page on Instagram, Facebook, and also you can send me an email at theuncommons@yahoo.com. And also, if you don't want to go through all that trouble, on the website at theuncommons.club, and there you will see all of the previous episodes from season 1 and season 2, and you can also sign up. And once you sign up to the website, you'll be able to see the episode before it even drops on YouTube. It will actually drop Tuesday on the website, and then on YouTube it will drop on Wednesday. So sign up to the website so you can be the first one to see it. And I have a lot of surprises coming for the rest of season 2. As we know, Thanksgiving is coming up, Christmas is coming up. We gotta get in the spirits of these seasons. It's gonna be our first holiday seasons at the Uncommons channel. So I have a lot of exciting things lined up for you guys. So I hope you guys are ready. And remember to subscribe to the channel, follow our Instagram page, follow our YouTube, follow our Facebook page, and subscribe to our website. Please, I really need your support. I know that I may have been gone for a while, but I promise you that I'm back, and I will not lose my focus again. And I hope and I pray that this episode was able to help you as well if you are going through something, to not forget who's your anchor, and God's your anchor. Where to put your trust in. So I really hope that this episode helped you the same way it's helping me. The same advice that I give you guys is the same advice that I try to apply to my life. I try not to give you guys an advice that I know that I'm not gonna do, that I'm not gonna waste my time on. So I really hope this really helps you. And until next time, remember that we are the salt, we are the Uncommons. Now let's ride out. Bye.